mystery 99% stock crash in China cement maker linked to margin call. Red Lobster is reportedly heading for bankruptcy after losing millions on endless shrimp. Airbus, Rolls-Royce close to $20 billion Turkish Airlines parts deal.
Google fires 28 employees after sit-in protest over Israel cloud contract. USC bans pro-Palestinian valedictorian from speaking at May commencement, citing safety concerns. Afghan women become YouTubers to bypass Taliban work bans, had to do something to generate income.
Dutch PM offers to buy Patriot systems from allies for Ukraine, and NATO's Stoltenberg asks allies to give air defense systems to Ukraine. Council of Europe unanimously votes to use seized Russian assets to fund Ukraine reconstruction, compensation, and Switzerland won't join G7 task force on Russian oligarch money. Ukraine's HUR confirms attack on Russian bomber factory in Tatarstan. Quentin Tarantino drops The Movie Critic as his final film. Superman never how to play Ma Kent in James Gunn's DC movie. Seth MacFarlane unending. Family Guy. I don't see a good reason to stop. People still love it.
Hugh Grant settles privacy case against The Sun publisher. Taylor Swift fans lose £1 million in scams, Lloyds Bank estimates. Statue to Tony Blair honors Tony Blair cult in Kosovo. Seth MacFarlane Foundation teams with Martin Scorsese's Film Foundation to restore its first-ever collection of animated pics. Studio Ghibli to receive honorary Palma d'Or Cannes. For All Mankind renewed for Season 5, Apple expands universe with spin-off series Star City.
Trump demands 5% cut from GOP candidates who use his name, image and likeness in ads. An opinion on Fox News says, Marjorie Taylor Greene is an idiot. She is trying to wreck the GOP. Right-wing Reaker fans flip out after Alan Richson calls Trump a rapist and a con man. Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 is releasing in 2024. Sumo Digital reportedly has 3 unannounced games in development. Atari announces Yares Rising reboot from Shantae creator Way Forward.
Scotland to ditch 2030 greenhouse gas reduction target, says BBC report. Apple aims to be carbon neutral by 2030 as 95% of direct manufacturing spend transitions to clean energy. New study calculates climate change's economic bite will hit about $38 trillion a year by 2049.
EU takes legal action over sand eel fishing ban in British waters post-Brexit. Greece becomes first EU country to ban bottom fishing in marine protected areas. Electricity consumption in Switzerland is falling.
Royal Mail owner rejects £4.50 sub takeover bid from Czech billionaire Daniel Kretinsky. German steelmaker Thyssenkrupp plans production cuts in Duisburg. Tesla asks shareholders to restore $56 billion Elon Musk pay package that was voided by Delaware judge. Tim Hortons says technical errors falsely told people they won $55,000 boat and roll-up to win promo. Giorgia Meloni invited Javier Milei to present on AI as part of the G7. In Brazil, Tarcísio administration will use ChatGPT to produce digital classes instead of teachers.
Nestle adds sugar to infant milk sold in poorer countries, report finds. 1 in 52 Blackpool children in care as poverty soars in north of England. Majority of protein supplements sold in India are mislabeled and contaminated, reveals study.
Toyota Prius under recall because rear doors can fly open. US NHTSA upgrades probe into braking issues in 3M Honda vehicles. In the US, 2024 Mercedes-AMG C63 is a 671 HP PHEV sedan that starts at $85,050. 2024 GMC Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 gets 440 miles of range, higher towing capacity, lower price. Ford reveals 60th anniversary Mustang Special Edition for 2025.
Xi Jinping proposes 4 principles to address Russia-Ukraine war. German Chancellor urges Xi Jinping to press Russia to end Ukraine war, saying China's word carries weight. Kyiv claims over 160 children believed to have been taken to Russia found in Germany.
Vacations, planes, and high-speed trains are off limits if you're in too much debt in China. Boeing whistleblower detailed alleged physical threats from bosses after raising safety concerns. Apple and Google more dangerous than governments, claims Telegram founder.
U.S. Senate ends impeachment of Biden's border chief Mayorkas. Governor DeSantis signs bill requiring teaching of history of communism in Florida schools. NSA, just days from taking over the internet, warns Edward Snowden. Poland's former nationalist government used Israeli-made spyware against hundreds, official report says. Hack on a Texas water system may be the first of its kind by Russian hacking group. Scotland First Minister Yousaf announced, trans women will be protected under misogyny law. Sweden passes law lowering age to change legal gender from 18 to 16. Paris Hilton backs California bill to bring more transparency to youth treatment facilities.
A report claimed, TikTok's efforts to silo U.S. data are largely cosmetic. Billions of public Discord messages may be sold through a scraping service. In the UK, pedophiles could be stripped of parental rights under new law.
AMD unveils new Ryzen Pro 8000 processors for AI PCs. Samsung develops industry's fastest 10.7 Gbps LPDDR5X DRAM, optimized for AI applications. ISPs can charge extra for fast gaming under FCC's internet rules, critics say.
Kamala Harris is almost as popular as Beyoncé, new poll shows. Alabama lawmakers advance bills to ensure Joe Biden is on the state's ballot. Biden says uncle shot down over area populated by cannibals in World War II.
Senator Bob Menendez may blame wife in federal corruption trial, court filing shows. Kari Lake suggests supporters strap on a Glock to be ready for 2024. Giuliani's bankruptcy could cost him his apartment, his jewelry and, perhaps worse, his Joe DiMaggio shirt.
Institute that pioneered AI existential risk research shuts down. Feds appoint AI doomer to run AI safety at U.S. Institute. Boston Dynamics says farewell to its humanoid Atlas robot, then brings it back fully electric.
Destiny animated series reportedly scrapped in Bungie-Netflix partnership pre-Sony buyout. Park Chan-wook adapting acclaimed action thriller Oldboy to English language series with Lionsgate Television. Disney Plus possible cable-style Star Wars channel plan proves we're never getting rid of cable.
TikTok to restrict users who repeatedly post problematic topics from For You feed. Twitter blocks dozens of accounts of scientists, journalists and media in Spain. Jonte Porter banned from NBA for gambling on games, giving info to bettors and limiting play for betting purposes.
China's semiconductor output jumps 40% in first quarter amid growing dominance in legacy chips. Micron poised to get over $6 billion in chips grants in announcement next week. Tim Cook promises Indonesia that Apple will consider manufacturing there.
Family accidentally ends up with 50 baby octopuses after their pet, thought to be male, laid dozens of eggs. 600-years-old German church features Taylor Swift music. To attract younger people, it's much easier. $850 Millennium Falcons and $680 Titanics. Grown-ups are now a gold mine for Lego.
911 outages reported in parts of 4 states, including in Las Vegas, officials say. EU activates crisis response corps to fight Russian interference. Cisco warns of global surge in brute force attacks targeting VPN and SSH services.
In the U.S., Supreme Court makes it easier to sue employers for job transfers. Google cuts jobs, shifts some roles abroad as tech layoffs continue amid economic uncertainty. GTA 6 publisher Take-Two to lay off 5% of its workforce and cancel games.
EU demands answers on money for View's version of TikTok. EU data protection body says Meta's "pay or OK" model is not okay. New research shows how TikTok and YouTube Shorts are bombarding users with misogynist content. EU leaders mull strengthening Lebanon ties in response to Middle East crisis. Putin tells the Middle East to pull back from a catastrophic clash. G7 countries to prevent Iran from purchasing weapons.
Hong Kong's spot Bitcoin ETF set to attract $1 billion in assets, claimed by Bloomberg Analysis, and Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs likely not available for mainland Chinese investors. Jim Cramer says just go buy Ethereum or Bitcoin instead of Marathon Digital. Let's not fool around. Bybit predicts Bitcoin supply on exchanges will exhaust in 9 months.
BlackRock launches educational series on Bitcoin. Kraken releases own crypto wallet, joining competition with Coinbase, MetaMask. WorldCoin to debut Ethereum Layer 2 World Chain this summer. AIA launches Apps Chain Contract Manager solution to support secure private business agreements on public Ethereum. Crypto service providers in Canada must report transfers, customer data by 2027. Brazil's proposal to tax super-rich gains momentum amid G20. Next steps in July, and Senate approves income tax exemption for those earning up to 2 minimum wages. Malaysia to push ahead with long-awaited subsidy cuts in 2024.
In the U.S., Congress passes resolution condemning From the River to the Sea as anti-Semitic. Hamas leader to visit Turkey for talks with Erdogan, as Erdogan invites Hamas chief Haniyeh, accuses Israel in speech. Qatar re-evaluating its role as mediator in Gaza ceasefire talks.
China sounds warning after Philippines and U.S. announced most expansive military drills yet. Joe Biden accuses China of cheating amid call for added steel, aluminum tariffs. Biden calls China xenophobic, ramping up 2024 campaign rhetoric.
Iran President Ebrahim Raisi warns of massive response if Israel launches tiniest invasion. Israel to carry out limited strike within Iran, according to U.S. official. Israel considered striking Iran on April 15 Monday but decided to wait, officials say. Amsterdam banning the construction of new hotels anywhere in the city. Foreign visitors to Japan top 3M in March, single-month record. Singapore's Changi loses world's best airport crown to Qatar.
UK lawmakers back landmark bill to gradually phase out smoking for good. Italy's Turin orders outdoor smokers to keep their distance. Google, Meta to face tax in Canada in 2024 despite US complaints.
Europeans care more about elephants than people, says Botswana president. India ranked world's most populous country with 1.44 billion people, by the UN. Global debt to hit 100% of GDP by 2029, says IMF. Kamchatka's glaciers shrink by 36% since 1950. Dubai airport operations ramp back up as flooding from UAE's heaviest rains ever recorded lingers on roads. For Mount Ruang eruption, Indonesia evacuates thousands, closes airport near volcano.
Russia will never leave Crimea and Donbas, Slovak PM says. Russia begins withdrawing peacekeeping forces from Karabakh, now under full Azerbaijan control. U.S. lawmakers target Chinese military firms helping Russia with bill imposing full blocking sanctions. Russian sandworm group using novel backdoor to target Ukraine and allies. Atlassian Confluence Linux instances targeted with Cerber ransomware. Hackers exploit Fortinet flaw, deploy Screen Connect, Metasploit in new campaign.
Huawei starts sales of new Pura 70 smartphone to crowds amid chip scrutiny. For iPhone 16 Pro, 4 new camera features coming this year. Google Maps will suggest transit, walking alternatives next to driving routes. Donald Trump complains jury selection moving too fast in hush money trial. Smartmatic and OANN settle 2020 election defamation lawsuit. Poland's president becomes the latest leader to visit Donald Trump as allies eye a possible return. Milei proposes encounter with Lula after mutual insults.
China's autonomous driving players struggle to turn a profit despite heavy investments. Dongfang, Sherry-led Chinese carmakers in eyeing Europe factories amid brutal price war at home. Avtostat revises new car sales forecast to 1.5 million in Russia this year. Tom Holland's Twitter account hacked to promote fake crypto, Spider-Man scam. Crypto PAC spent millions to get Alabama candidate on path toward Congress.
Man accused of shooting 5 people over parking spot in Detroit arrested at airport. Researchers find lower grades given to students with surnames that come later in alphabetical order. In Malaysia, court annuls woman's conversion to Islam when she was a minor.
First evidence found of human occupation in lava tube cave in Saudi Arabia. Giant, 82 feet